Hi, everybody, and today I'm coming to you with more questions than answers. I told you I bought that commemoration book or magazine, and towards the back it has the Jubilee program. But of course, the closer we get to the Jubilee, the more finer details are coming out. Now, my number one question is why Tom Cruise, a Hollywood actor, was tasked to present one act of four acts depicting 400 years of British history. The performance to be performed at the grounds of Windsor Castle in front of a live audience of approximately 4,000 people, etc. He will be presenting along with actors like Helen Mirren, Damian Lewis, Alan Titchmarsh, etc., who are all British actors. But why? What about British actors like Eddie Redmayne or the now very famous Tom Holland? Is one of the headings of the Daily Mail, which reads Scientology meets wokery, pointing us in a direction, or is his presence due to something else? I seriously cannot understand why the royals are constantly forsaking everything British for something American these days. What happened to buy British, support Britain? Of course, there are conspiracy theorists who are saying that it is Scientology behind Meghan and Harry's bid to bring down the monarchy. And there were indeed talk at one point that Harry and Meghan joined Scientology. But I, at least, have not heard any more about that, so I can't say. But everywhere we look these days, whether it is at Charles's charities and foundations or his other activities, we see Americans or American influences. Even going to the website of the Royal Foundation of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, we see the same thing. We see Charles and his Amazon deal and the Prince's Trust USA, and I'm going to ask you again, what is going on? When are the British people going to stand up and say that the very least they expect from their royals is to promote British products, even if those products are British actors? Why use an American actor born in Syracuse, New York, in a very British production? Why and how did it come about? Anyway, moving on. I have been feeling for a while now that there is a PR media drive to tarnish William's image, and it appears as if Robert Jobson is leading the pack, with yet another headline reading, Camilla will put Prince William in his place when he abuses Prince Charles's generosity. And this once again refers to his book William at 40. In this part, he refers to William's notably short fuse. Well, my dear Mr. Jobson, if I was surrounded by idiots wanting to bury Meghan Markle's bullying claims and giving them all kinds of deals, loopholes, and make excuses for them, I too would blow my lid sometimes. He then goes on to say that while Charles tends to tread carefully when dealing with William, Camilla is not as accommodating. Well, wow. Last I heard, Camilla is not queen yet. Jobson says that Camilla doesn't mind reminding others in the family now and again that Charles is going to be king, and that includes his son and heir. Well, I never. I am absolutely sure William was aware of that almost from the day he was born. But that does not mean he has to agree with his father on everything. Then Jobson goes on to tell a story of how Prince Charles, Camilla, William, and Catherine were leaving a joint event at Windsor Castle, and William asked his father, who had police outriders, whether they could tag along behind them in the convoy as it would make it easier for them to get through traffic. Charles apparently agreed, but when Charles and Camilla were kept waiting a few minutes by William and Catherine, Camilla insisted they go without them. And when William and Catherine emerged, all they could see were the blue flashing lights of the motorbikes disappearing in the distance. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what Jobson is using as an example of how Camilla is preventing William from abusing his father's generosity. What an absolute a-hole. Goodness, if I was William, I would be fuming. Asking a favor of your parent is not an abuse of his generosity. And I'm sure William and Catherine did not go powder their noses while Charles and Camilla sat waiting. Most likely they were greeting and shaking hands on their way out, just like his father and Camilla before them, and doing what they were supposed to. So, if Jobson's story is true, then instead of illustrating how William is abusing his father's generosity, he illustrated what a bitch Camilla could be and what a weakling Charles is. So congratulations, Mr. Jobson. You failed to make your point, and this piece will be a perfect intro to every nasty thing Harry may have to say about Camilla in his book. Carry on like this, Mr. Jobson, and we may just end up believing Harry. To make matters even worse, the media is now giving us two different stories on what Harry meant when he said he wants to protect the Queen and make sure she has the right people around her. Some are saying he was talking about royal aides, and others are saying he's talking about Andrew. Well, does it really matter when he is thousands of miles away in California? The media is really becoming ridiculous. But on the subject of Harry, I'm hearing a few whispers about his book. Yes, the book will deal with his childhood and the death of his mother, how they were told, how he felt, and how they were treated before and after. I'm told that he will not attack Camilla personally, but will indeed dwell on his feelings about her and his father's relationship, among which how he felt when she turned his old bedroom into her dressing room, and a number of other things which were done and said at the time. Harry will also talk about his days in the military and how he at first felt that he was sent to the military to get him out of the way. From what I'm told and what I read, there will be a lot of personal details of personal and family arrangements and relationships. It is told to me that we may find some of these details rather surprising and some even shocking. A friend of Harry's told a publication that Harry does not intend to go soft on the royal family and the monarchy, to the point where he will be very critical of some aides and royal staff. As we expected, we'll also get Harry's perspective on the media and their reasons for leaving the monarchy. But remember, it will be Harry's perspective and Harry's truth. Anyway, guys, this is it from me for today. And unless something big happens between today or tomorrow, I want to finally bring you a video on the real reason why Andrew settled with Virginia Giuffre. I had some help dissecting the legalities of the case in terms of United States law and have been wanting to bring it to you for a while now. But each and every time something else grabs the headlines and then I put it off. But in light of all the trashy articles about Andrew lately, I think it's time we set aside all the theories and bring you the facts. I also want to talk to you about Thomas Markle's interview with P. Dina, but we'll do that after part 2. In the meantime, I'll play you out with a photograph of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge arriving at the Anzac service and of Edward and Sophie on their Caribbean tour. So guys and girls, until we meet again on the next video, please take good care of yourselves. Bye.